Dear students, welcome to the next topic of chemistry of milk subject, that is salts in milk. The salts of the milk include those constituents that are present as ions or in equilibrium with ions, except hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. Salts are important from nutritional point of view. They also largely determine the physicochemical state of the casein micelles, which in turn influence heat stability of the milk. Some metal acts catalyst in oxidation of milk fat, leading to oxidative rancidity. Certain metals like calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, molybdenum, cobalt, iron, etc. are components of metalloproteins such as lactoferrin, lactoperoxidase, xanthine oxidase, and parts of phospholipids and certain vitamins. The salt composition in milk cannot be expressed either as equivalent to inorganic or organic substance because of the fact that some salts exist as organic substance also. It is also not possible to express them as ionic substances, as a considerable part of these minerals are present in non-ionized form. The ash content of the milk also does not represent the salt composition, since during ashing of milk some of the salts are lost due to volatilization. It is also possible that some non-salt substances gets included in the ash. The minerals in human, cow and buffalo milk play an important role in the availability of these minerals for the young ones. They also play an important role in the digestibility of milk proteins. So this table represents the overall composition of minerals. Some are cationic like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium having positive charge, while other are anionic like phosphorus, which is present in the form of total phosphorus, inorganic phosphorus, ester phosphorus, and chlorides, which are having negative charge. So this concentration is in milligrams per 100 gram of the milk. Talking about the trace elements, there are a lot of trace elements which are present in milk in small amounts. Although these elements are very less quantitatively, they have significant influence in the various properties of milk and also play a significant role in human nutrition. These elements have been detected in normal bovine milk by spectroscopic and chemical analysis. They include a large number of metals, the metalloids such as B, boron and silicon, and the halogen, fluorine, bromine, iodine. The reported concentration of trace elements exhibit large variations. The concentration of elements like iodine, molybdenum and zinc in the milk depends markedly on the diet consumed by the animal. The concentration of some of them are increased by contamination with utensils and equipment to which milk is exposed by handling and processing. So here we can see that aluminium, arsenic, barium, boron, bromine, cadmium, cesium, chromium, cobalt, copper, fluorine, iodine, iron, lead, lithium, magnesium, mercury, molybdenum, nickel, rubidium, selenium, silicon, silver, strontium, tin, titanium, vanadium, and zinc are some of the trace elements which are present in milk. Many of them came by contamination through metallic surfaces. Some high values for the concentration of certain trace elements may have resulted from contamination during laboratory analysis. Molybdenum appears to be found exclusively in xanthine oxidase and cobalt in vitamin B12. Iron is an essential component of xanthine oxidase, lactoperoxidase, and catalase. About half of the total iron and 10% of copper are in the fat globule membrane. Copper has been studied extensively in relation to oxidation of milk lipids. The trace metal present in highest concentration in milk is zinc. Its concentration is about 3.5 milligram per liter, which is about 3% of that of magnesium, the major salt constituent present in lowest concentration. About 85% of the zinc is associated with casein micelles. Alkaline phosphatase, a zinc-containing enzyme, is located primarily in the fat globule membrane but accounts for only a small fraction of the total zinc. Now talking about the salt distribution between caseins and serum. Milk contains phosphorus in many forms. It is present as orthophosphate, but part of it is bound to organic components like serine and threonine, residues of casein, molecules of hexose and glycerol, phospholipids, etc. Phosphorus is also found in the hydroxyapatite structure of the CCP, that is colloidal calcium phosphate, in the micellar structure of casein. The sulfur content of milk is about 0.36 gram per kilogram, but most of it is in the amino acid residue methionine and cysteine of the protein. About 10% is present as inorganic sulfate. There is of course a significant variation between lots of milk. The electrical conductivity is largely determined by the salt solution. The pH of milk dialysate is a function of its salt composition and temperature. The presence of proteins in milk does affect this pH, of course, as it affects the salt composition. The titratable acidity of milk depends both on its salt composition and its protein content. The freezing point of milk follows from the total concentration of dissolved substances, especially chloride and lactose. So this was all about this. In our next chapter we will discuss about the physical equilibrium among the milk salts. Thank you for listening.